Hi everyone, my name is Alexandra and I'm from Russia.
And my name is also Alexandra and I am Canadian American, but we met here in Vienna, Austria.
Yeah, exactly. We were studying German together. You sure you can drink this water?
I hope so. Is it poisoned?
You never know, my dear friend, but I'm so sorry in advance, just so sorry. Yes.
No need to be sorry.
No, I'm so sorry. You see guys, we just love making fun at each other, and we all know that we have some stereotypes about our cultures, and
that's actually what we're going to be talking about today, is stereotypes. But that said, we want to clarify, we are well aware that stereotypes are generalizations, they are not always accurate, and we are aware that cultures are always evolving as well. So
yeah, for sure. Our point is just to be able to make jokes about it, and in our opinion, it actually helped us to be more connected to each other and even became friends. Yeah, just making fun, that's everything. And good sense of humor. What I have, yeah.
Yours, yeah.
Yeah.
Just laugh. So, let's talk about stereotypes.
Right. Yeah, and as I said before, we met each other while we were learning German together, and we started communicating in English, which really changed a lot for me personally. We were able to make a lot of jokes about each other without relying on stereotypes, and at the same time not taking it personally. And that made it, for me, very comfortable to speak with you all the time. And while I was not focusing on like, am I supposed to say that? Is it a safe ground here, I just stopped thinking about it, and that's how it changed the whole learning English process for me personally. That's why we would like, to share it with you guys.
Yeah, because I think that experience of learning a foreign language helped us both realize that learning a language isn't only about learning the proper rules and grammar, but it's also about trying to understand people from a different culture.
Yeah,
and
sure.
That's what helped us come up with a few resources so that you can also learn the English language, not just learning the rules, but also enjoying the process and hopefully learning something about the world.
Yeah, exactly, because learning languages is not simple, but it's easy, and as soon as you start using it as a source, an opportunity to learn something which is not available in your own language, that's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah, and it would make it way easier, because while you're learning something new about a different culture, because you're open-minded and you're able to embrace the new culture, right? You're gonna learn a lot of things about it, and while learning it subconsciously, you will be memorizing words, expressions, grammar structures, and stuff like that. That's not that stressful.
Yeah, so if you're interested in languages and cultures just like us, make sure to wait till the end of the video, and there you'll be able to find resources on how to expand your vocabulary and so much more.
Exactly.
But until then, we're going to talk about stereotypes.
Yep. So, let's talk about stereotypes then, alright?
Let's do it.
What would you say, Ali, is the most prominent stereotype about Russians?
To be honest, I think everybody pictures Russians just drinking vodka for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah, I've heard it several times. I would like to break this stereotype, really, because it's not true. That's not true at all. And actually, people in Russia, they don't drink that much. You can go to Moscow and see it yourself. Don't be scared to go there, though.
Yeah, I think the whole taking shots of vodka image we have probably comes from this idea that Russians are really tough people. Would you say that's also a stereotype?
It really depends. I would say that we might be tougher, but it really depends on a lot of factors and backgrounds and social classes as well. But the thing is, the hugest difference I personally see is that we are not that emotional. So like not emotional, we don't show emotions a lot. We don't smile at each other, we don't do small talks, never, and it's not very common. So when you go to the elevator, for example, and you see the person from the USA or Canada or some other English-speaking countries, it is a part of your culture, right, to do small talks. And we have no idea how to react. And then it looks to you like we don't want to communicate, but we feel confused. We have no idea, what am I supposed to say? Why this person would ask me about the weather?
Why is this stranger talking
Exactly.
to me?
Maybe he is a spy or she is a spy. You know, I don't know. We never did. So that's why probably it looks tough. Plus when the person starts smiling at you from the USA or Canada, it is very hard for me to start smiling back because I don't know how to do that. Really. But it does not mean that Russians are not friendly.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
And I think a big part of why we hold that stereotype is because of the media, honestly. They're always like the Russian spies or the Russian mafia, and they're really intimidating and kind of scary, so...
So that's not actually that scary, even though I love this stereotype personally, because I feel super safe all the time. I can just tell that I'm from Russia and no one is gonna, you know, do anything bad to me because they're like scared in advance, and I'm like, yeah, sure, this one I like, this one I'm gonna just keep for myself.
That's so true. And I would say that you really break all of those stereotypes as well, although you did teach me how to drink vodka.
That's true, that's true. Did you like it?
I loved it. I'd never had pickles after drinking vodka before, but it's
okay. Can I trust you on that? Did you really like it? Because I know about...
Not just being polite.
Okay, okay. I'm just double checking it.
So, Sasha, what would you say the most prominent stereotype about Canadians would be?
Yeah, I would say that actually, maybe it's only me, I don't know, but I did not really think that there is a huge difference between Canadians and Americans, as the mentality is pretty much the same. And I was surprised because when I met you, so that's how I broke the stereotype for me personally, that I realized, wow, that's a huge difference, you know, and that's it.
Yeah, I think that's a really common one too, especially because I've traveled and met a lot of international people. They seem to know a lot more about America than they do about Canada. And is there anything else you maybe thought about Canadians?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. The one which I still think that it's pretty true.
Yeah.
That you guys are super polite and you're saying sorry all the time. All the time, literally all the time. What would you say is the truth though?
For some, like myself, yes, definitely. I say sorry way too much. I think in general, yeah, manners and being friendly, making small talk, those are all quite valuable in Canadian culture. But yeah, again, it's a generalization, so there are definitely some unfriendly Canadians.
Really?
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
I've never met one.
They are there, trust me.
I trust you, yeah, sure.
And also as an American, I'd be curious to know, what kind of stereotypes did you previously have about Americans?
So personally, I was born in 90s, right? That was after the USSR collapsed, and the picture of the USA for Russians became way better. Actually, for us, it was the country where we could be free finally, and everything seemed to us perfect there. But stereotypes my parents, for example, had during the USSR and the whole propaganda, right, is that Americans believe that they are the best nation in the world, and that they saved everyone, and maybe being a little bit overconfident.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
You too, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting having grown up in Canada, even though I'm also an American citizen.
Yeah.
I grew up learning the big differences between the mentality in both countries, and yeah, I think it was normal for some Canadians to also have maybe negative stereotypes or connotations with Americans. But yeah, of course, it's generalizations.
Yeah, for sure, yes. I mean, the only example I have who represents some bad stereotypes right now, it's Mr. Trump. In my opinion, he might be a little bit overconfident from time to time. Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah, if you haven't heard any negative stereotypes about America, you can probably just look at him and he'll show you all of them.
That's so true, right? But we actually, because I was born in the 90s, we had a lot of good stereotypes about the USA as well. As I said before, in media, for example, still, we believe that Russians cannot make good movies. But yeah, we do have a stereotype that whatever is made in the USA, it is better than in Russia. And that is very surprising because all Russians are very in love with the USA. They believe that all of the problems you have in Russia, you can solve in the USA.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, well, it's cool to hear from your perspective.
Yeah, that's true. So right now the picture of Americans is very different to us. Yeah, in comparison to my parents or grandparents, for example.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Once again, we learn things are always changing.
For sure, right.
Thanks so much for watching our video. We hope you enjoyed hearing a little bit about stereotypes. The camera battery died, so now Sasha has to record, but she's still here. I didn't kill her. And we hope you're also able to see a good example of how important and really amazing it is to be able to speak the same language, communicate with each other, and better understand each other and the world. So if you're also interested in learning a little bit more about communicating and improving your language skills, feel free to check out our website. There you can find lots of resources such as pronunciation courses, speaking clubs, and lots of other fun ways to improve your language. So thanks again, and we'll see you next time.